All right, good. So, welcome to your practice. So I've set up by the wall today. I have a block, I have a strap, and I've just gathered 3 little things I had just kicking around the house. A crumpled up tissue, a tiny little piece of Palo Santo, and a tiny little piece of amethyst that I just have kicking around. But whatever you have, little things, we'll just set them aside. And let's start. We received the balance card today. This has been the mudra of choice. It just keeps coming out from the beginning of this pandemic time. And when we have the hands out, the heart can lift, we can drop our shoulders a little bit. And then just close your eyes. Let your shoulders soften, your hands can even soften. And been a lot happening in our lives since March. On a global scale, on a personal scale. And here we are, just taking this time to assimilate, to be, to breathe. Let's take one more breath here as you are. And as you inhale now, just stretch your arms up, and they don't have to go straight up over your head, maybe about 30 degrees out. Lift your heart, lengthen yourself, stretch your fingers. Take one more, maybe 2 more breaths just in this position, just receiving whatever is being offered. Soften your jaw. And as you inhale, reach up. And as you exhale, bring the hands together. Bring them down with reverence, with acknowledgement, with this great awareness of the space around you. Bow your chin. In the same way we open with the arms up, the heart open. Here now we invite it in. You drop your chin, curl a little bit. Feel your breath on your hands. And feel here your open willingness to come to your mat, not really sure of what's going to happen in the next hour. You are in this space of the great unknown, and you accept it willingly as you're here. And that is a great thing. That is stepping into the flow. Take one more inhale and exhale as you are. And then with great intention, anchor your sit bones into the earth. Inhale and lengthen yourself, lift your chin. Exhale as you are. And we'll open, practice, and chant Om 3 times. Inhale. Bow your chin, place your hands on your thighs, lift your chin, and open your eyes. All right, so I'm going to start with a downward dog at the wall. So we'll come up to standing, maybe no hands. Come up. And if you don't have a wall set up, you just do your old downward dog. But if you're by the wall, you just take your hands shoulder height, spread your fingers, and as you exhale, you'll step your legs back. And then once you're here, this might feel really good for your shoulders. Your hands are lifted, or you can walk your hands down. Send your tush back, your sit bones back. Draw your belly in. And now with your arms straight, hands into the wall, draw your shoulders away from your ears. You're going to feel the crown of the head pressing towards the wall. And then push the hands into the wall, the shoulders come back up, and you send your thighs back. And so it's just a little bit of, maybe a little bit of flow. So as I inhale, I'll keep the arms straight, but take the shoulders away from the ears, press my head towards the wall, and then press back. And we'll do one more. Good. Yes, and then from here, feel your hands into the wall, press, lift your chin in your heart, walk your feet halfway to the wall, and then walk your hands up as high as they can go. And then as you exhale, just drop your head, maybe your forehead will touch the wall here. And just take a few breaths, feel into your feet. You can even lift your toes. And take one more breath. And just open the sides of the waist. And then I'm going to anchor the hands into the wall, push into the wall and come back. Walk your hands down and then release your arms down by your sides. And just start to feel the breath opening and the body saying, oh, what's next? So from here, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to do a forward fold with the hips at the wall. So you just drop your tush to your wall. And if you're not by a wall, that's fine. Just take your forward fold here. Okay, before I drop forward, I'm going to arch my back. So the small of my back comes away from the wall. And I'm going to use that as a guide. You know, it tips the hip bones, pelvic, and start to come down. I have my hands on my hips, but that's fine. You're going to start to feel when the calves and the legs kind of kick in. You might put your hands on your calves, on your thighs. You might bend your knees if you need to. Otherwise, the legs stay straight and the hands come down to the floor if that's available. And drop yourself down. And breathe. Okay, I'm going to juice it up a little just by lifting all 10 toes up and anchoring the feet. And this is such a nice opportunity to just look at your feet, see your arch lift. Notice if your ankles are rolling in. And by lifting the arch, you actually press the inner ankle to the outer ankle. It just happens. And I want to really anchor that big toe ball of the foot. So the big toe's lifted, but the base of the big toe, the ball of the big toe is anchoring. Good. Okay, then I'm going to come up to sit. So I'm going to bend my knees, start to drop my tush down the wall, take my hands to the thighs or the tops of, yeah, it's your thighs, and then just come up to sit. And then here, you might go up a bit, you might walk your legs out. I'm going to really press my back, my shoulders to the wall. You can do this without the wall. You just take a chair pose if you don't have a wall. And breathe. Good. Nice. And then we'll come up. Take your hands to the wall, press yourself away. Good. And then just come to stand in the middle of your mat. And I'm just going to face you. You're going to grab your 3 little or 2 little or 1 little thing, whatever you have. Where can you see it? I'm just going to put that, just going to lay it down in front of me. Okay. And then once you're here, I put my hands on my hips. I'm just going to rock front to back on my heels, toes, just for a few moments. Good. Okay. Then anchor your feet into the earth. Shift the weight onto the right foot. We're going to put the left toes down and just roll the ankle. I'm going to lift my arms up in the air just for length and strength and grace. And then rotate the other way. And then we'll play with balance. So you can lift the leg, roll the ankle. If your balance is rocking, slow it down. Breathe. Yes. Good. And then, if your balance is good, maybe you hug this knee in for a moment. You can always hold the wall. Take one more breath. and release. And I'm gonna release like I don't care if this leg ever comes down, and just get a little funky. And then both feet down, drop your arms, take a moment, feel the expansiveness of your breath, the opening of your lungs, all connected. And then we'll do the second side. So hands to your hips, find your balance, shift the weight to the left foot, and start to roll your right ankle. So the toes are moving here as well. And lift my arms up in the air, and then reverse. Circling, so the toes are getting a little movie here. And then I'll lift up and balance, and roll the ankle. So if your balance is a little off, set your eyes on something that's not moving. Breathe. Good. Nice. And then we'll maybe hug this knee in if that works. If it doesn't work, that's okay. Well, it's not about the destination. And then release. And do a little funky release just to move and feel and be playful. And then we'll set it down. Drop your arms. You can even close your eyes and just start to feel. Good. Okay, so I'm gonna put my hands on my hips again, look and see where my little things are. And what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna use, I'm gonna balance on the right foot, take the left foot, and I'm just gonna pick up everything one at a time, and maybe I'll move, just kind of change places. So just pick up and drop, pick up and drop. And if you just have one thing, just keep doing that. Now, my rock is gonna be a little bit more challenging. I'm just gonna set it over there. And I'm just gonna do it one more time with the same foot. Just picking up and moving. Yes. Good. And then we'll set it down. Pause for a moment and just kind of feel what that's done in your legs. Like I feel a difference. And then we'll do the other foot. Same thing. You're just gonna pick up and just move this stuff around. Oops. Challenging, but especially the rock. I'm gonna do it. Oops. Notice if one foot is a little easier than the other, or if this is very challenging, then you know this is yours. You can play with this. And just keep moving your stuff. Oops. Breathe, focus, and I'm just moving my last one. Okay, and then we'll pause. And just feel in to that. Good. Okay, rock up and down on your heels and your toes for a moment. And I'm gonna just do this same rocking, but now I'm gonna bend my knees. So I'll just turn to the side, like I'm sitting in my chair. And I'm just gonna rock front to back. And if your balance is challenged, you might put your arms up to the side or keep them on your hips. Good. And one more. And then we'll come back to standing and feeling. Okay, and the last, well, I say last one, but it's probably not. I'm gonna separate my legs a little further apart and roll to the insides of your feet. So your knees come together, and then place the feet down and roll to the outside. And so I have a little bend in my knees. I'm just gonna do that a few times and watching my feet move. My toes are lifted. Breathe. Yes, and then we're just gonna hang out on the outer edges of your feet, the toes, you know, pulled back. I'm gonna straighten my legs, lift my arms. And then I'll keep the arms lifted, everything strong, roll to the inseams of your feet. And breathe. Good. And then let your feet come down, release your arms, breathe. Good. Okay. So I'm just gonna come down, I'll just move this stuff out of the way. And I'm gonna grab my block. So you just need one block. And I'm going to set the block down, like I have the wall here, so you can always hold on to the wall for your balance. So you can put the block kind of close to the wall, and then we'll stand behind, and we're just going to do a reverse high heel. So I'll have my left foot behind the block, and the right foot's out to the side. And we'll take the foot forward so the heel's on the floor, the balls of the feet are on your block. If you don't have a block, then you can do this with a blanket or a book. Okay, so now I'm here. I'm going to step my right foot back a little bit, not too much, and pull the left toes up and start to bend the left knee. And just watch your left knee. If it's coming inside towards the big toe, just try and center it over the foot and send your weight here. You can reach your arms up. That's going to increase something. I'm going to just put my mind into the right foot, lift the right toes. Breathe here, and then look forward. Good, and then straighten your legs, stay on the block. You bring your arms down to your hips. Now the right foot is going to step forward, and it might just go a little bit, just so you feel that stretch in the back of the calf, of the left foot. Or you walk your right foot forward as far as it's going to go. And I'll put a little bend in maybe both knees or just the left knee. And then as I do this, my left toes are going to grip the block. That's just mechanics. I'm going to try and see, oh, my block just came out. See if I can lift my toes up, just for fun. Let's see. And bend into the knee. Breathe. Good. And then we'll just step the right foot back, come off the block, and just stand again. And just feel, might even close your eyes. Yes, okay. And then second side, so you move your block over or move yourself over and put the right foot where it is. Step your left foot back just a little bit. Yeah, hands on your hips. Now lift the toes up, maybe of both feet. Start to bend into that front knee. And then you can reach your arms up, take your gaze forward, and breathe. So I noticed for myself that right heel wants to lift up. I'm just going to press it into the floor. Breathe. And you lift your belly a little bit. Take one more breath. And then you can straighten. Take your hands to your hips. And now we're going to step the left foot forward wherever it's going to go. And that might just be a little bit. You know, you kind of go slow. Feel your flow. And then once I'm here, I'm going to put a little bend in the knees. Lift the toes. And anchor yourself here. So my block is lifting up, that's okay. I'm still gonna try and lift my toes. Woo! Off my block, that's okay. Breathe. One more breath. And then release. Step back and feel. Okay, we're gonna come back to downward dog at the wall. I might even just leave my block here in case I want it for forward fold. We're just gonna do that same little bit. So I'll just come to the wall, place my hands, step the legs back, and then you might be happy with your arms this high. You might want to bring them down and feel like you're pressing your sit bones back. And then you can lift your toes. You can do a little bit of, moving the head front to back. Draw your belly in. Press your thighs back. And then anchor your hands, rise up, walk your feet halfway in. Now we're just going to turn around. Drop your hips to the wall. So I take my hands to the wall so I can help guide myself. And this time, let's take the legs, your feet, maybe as wide as your mat. And you can even line up the outer edges of your feet with your mat. So they're wide. I'm going to lift all 10 toes and really anchor the inner heel, inner big toe mount. Inhale and exhale. I start to send the sit bones to the wall. Come down. If you need to bend your legs, do it. You want to grab your block. It's right there. Or no block, hands to the floor. And keep lifting the toes, anchoring the feet. And we're just going to hang out here for about 5 breaths. So I'm giving you time to get air quote comfortable. Feel for yourself. Really anchor this. So the toes are lifting, the arch of your foot is lifting, and then anchor the inseam of your feet. Let your head go if you can. Good. Okay, and then soften your feet. And notice what that does. And slowly start to bend your knees. And we're coming to a wide-legged chair. So this time I'll bring my forearms to my thighs, palms together, drop the tush, and then maybe you take your hands, take them back to the wall, and drop your arms. Really anchor your feet. Push down and away. Breathe. I do this because I'm like, I swear I feel it. Good. And then lift yourself up. Take your hands. Take yourself away from the wall. Good. And just bring yourself to just stand and feel. Good. Okay. Good. So here's this next one. And I'm going to turn and face the wall. And do feel free to watch first. This is a forward fold where I'm going to put my head and my back to the wall. So I'll start just kind of taking a forward fold, and I walk myself towards the wall, tuck my head. I'll talk you through this again. You can just watch. And I'll take my back. Then I'm here. I really push the legs back. And I can take my arms up, and then I'll talk you through the rest. So, okay, so let's do that together unless you're already there. So we'll start standing a little bit away from the wall. Drop your hands to the wall, and then walk your hands closer to the wall. Maybe even, touching the wall. Tuck your chin, and then walk your feet in so the back of your head touches the wall. Okay, if you're claustrophobic, this might not be your favorite, but know you're okay. Walk your feet in as close as you can. And then you anchor. You push the feet down and away, back of the head, back of the heart to the wall if that's where you are. I'm going to push the thighs back. I'm going to take my hands to the tops of my thighs and just give it a little push back. Maybe I'll lift my toes. Breathe, smile. Okay, the first time I did this was weird. So if this is weird, that's okay. Now I'm going to take my arms up the wall, palms to the wall, anchor the feet again, pushing down and away. Breathe. And then we'll release. So the hands come down, just walk your feet away from the wall. Good. Let's just take regular downward dog. Oh, so nice. Good. And then we'll come down to your knees. Maybe we rest in child's pose for a few. Just integrate and feel. It's amazing when we open, through the feet. You can really feel that everywhere. Okay, take one more breath. Good. All right, guys, so now we're going to sit. So you can grab whatever you have. You want to sit on something. We'll just come to sit. Yeah. And we're just going to do the old foot massage. So I'm just going to take this is my left foot across over here. I know this is not accessible for everybody. So you do whatever you need to do so you can see your right foot and use your props if you need them. Whatever you need. Then you take the left hand, sole of the foot, wind the finger in between the toes. Use your hand to pull the toes apart. And you're going to try and get web to web as best as you can. And then you're just going to move your hand, your fingers, maybe use your thumb to massage a little bit. Even the arch of the foot, you can just rub your thumb up and down. Yes, and then I love to massage the ball of the big toe. And if you take your thumb and you can feel like the ball of the big toe comes out, and then just where it becomes toe, there's a little divot there. And you can just push in, give it a massage. Yes, whatever works here. For you, I say that because I mean, you know, just putting your hands in your toes like this, giving them some movement in a nice calm way. This is definitely, you know, watching TV yoga or wherever you are. Okay, so do some of that, and then we'll take the hands out and we're just gonna give each toe a little twist and a tug. Yes. Good. Okay, and then just rub your foot and we'll just stretch the legs out. It's always nice to kind of look at the color of your feet after you do that and to really feel into the vibrational energy of the right foot as opposed to the left or whichever one you did. So I think we started with the left. So just feel that and then we'll switch and we'll take the other foot and, you know, if you sit like this, great. If not, it's no big deal. You sit however you need to. Take the left hand and wind the fingers into the right toes. And then I use my right hand to kind of pull the toes, get them web to web as best as you can. And just moving your hand, creating space in your fingers. Use your thumb to massage. Your breath is here, your joy is here. This is your foot. We want it to work, be connected and open. And avoid these things that happen as we age, you know, where things get tight and stiff and you do that, you know, the shuffle. We see older people shuffling. So we can keep our calves happy and our feet happy. And then you can take your hands out and just give each toe a little rub, a little tug. Good. And then we'll just massage the foot. Yes, give it a kiss. Oh, I love you, foot. Thank you. Good. All right. Okay, so now we're going to come onto your back and we're going to have your strap handy. And if you'd like to have something to lie on, put a blanket down. Now I'm going to set up by my wall. And so I want to have the legs straight when I lie down. So to do that, I actually will start with my knees bent a little bit. I'll put a little blanket here for my head. I hope I don't have too much stuff here you can't see. So with a little bend in my knees, when I come to lie down, the heels will be right at the wall. Okay, so adjust yourself, move in closer so you can feel the balls of the feet. You can do this against your couch too. And we're just gonna start that by just pressing the feet into the wall, taking the toes away from the wall. And just, you can just take your arms over your head. Just take a few breaths here. Good. Okay. And then we'll bring the right knee into your chest, interlace your fingers, just tuck it in. Good. And then we'll take your strap. And if you don't have a strap, you can use a scarf or even a towel or blanket. I'm going to place the strap over the balls of the feet. And then I'll just have my arms straight. I might even loop the hands in the strap once or twice. And I'm just going to hold here. So, you know, if it's too much, make it so it's better for you. Now I'm going to press the balls of the feet into the strap. Pull the toes towards my nose. And then I keep that same engagement as I gently draw the leg a little closer towards my head with my hands. Anchor the right, oh sorry, I can't remember if I said bring in your right leg or the leg that's on the floor. Anchor that foot into the wall. And just breathe. So I'm at a place where I feel this stretch right in my calf, a little bit in the hammy. I'm going to pull the outer hip towards the inseam of the other leg. And smile and breathe. So as I pull that hip in, then my foot turns a little bit. The toes are going to turn out, heel in. I'm just going to straighten out my foot. breathe. Okay, breathe into your belly. You need to release that extended leg. You know, you're pushing into the wall, you want to soften that, that's fine. Notice if your chin is popped up, pull it in. Good. One more breath. Okay, we're going to stay with this same leg, but I'm just going to release it down to the wall just for a moment, because it's always kind of fun to feel how that, you know, that was like, what, 6, 7, call it 10 breaths. How your leg is longer. And once you feel that, we're just going to bring it back exactly as it was. And then take both ends of the strap into your opposite hand. So let's mark this again. Let's say you have the left leg extended. The right hand is going to hold both ends of the strap. And you can even wind the strap around the hand. Now take your left hand, the thumb to the hip crease. And you're just going to press this hip away as we draw this leg across the body and over to the right side without lifting the right hip. And now you're here. Wherever here is, maybe it's super unpleasant, you just smile. Take a look at your foot and notice if it's turned so the heel's in and the toes are pointing out. And see if you can turn it so that you feel the foot is maybe more parallel, but the heel is coming out, toes in. And I'm going to flex my toes. Now the leg on the floor, I'm using it, pushing into the wall. I'm smiling. And I feel this too, even though, you know, it might look like, oh, it's so easy for Joe. No, I'm here with you. One more breath. Soften your shoulders, and then we'll bring the leg up. I'm going to keep the same hand, and you can release that left arm out. Drop the left leg towards the right, but the right hand is still holding. So I'm just going across the body. I'm letting the shoulders stretch. Now I'm going to push through both feet. Breathe in your little bondage moment. And then we'll take the leg up. We're just going to go all the way over to the right. This time we're going to go all the way. So your right foot is going to turn. So you're on the baby toe edge. So let your leg, the right leg, the one that's extended towards the wall, let it turn. Now I take this left leg out. It's not resting on the floor. You can rest it. You can put your block there if you need to, but there is something about just keeping it in line with the hip. Now I'll take the left hand back to the hip crease and gently draw the hip away. At the same time as I press the hip to the wall, I'm going to soften the glutes. I'm going to smile. And I'm using the right hand to gently draw this left leg up a little bit. Maybe, you know, wherever it's going to go. Then you can open the left arm out, turn your head to the left, smile, breathe. And then we'll come back up. And we're just going to come back to that very first thing. Separate the strap, wind your hands in the strap, find that place, and oh, maybe it feels so much better, or maybe not. That's for you to decide. Good. Okay, now I'm going to keep the foot as it is. I'm not going to push in through the balls of the feet, but I'm going to draw the foot down and press up through the heel. And smile and breathe and all of that. Soften your shoulders, your face. Good. And then we'll bend the knee. We're just going to bring the knee into the chest. So I'll drop the strap over to the side. Interlace your fingers. Hug this knee in. Good. I'm going to take it to happy baby. Just this half happy baby. So you drop that left knee out to the left and then draw it up towards your left shoulder. And you might just stay here, activate your right leg, or take your left arm to the inside of the knee, grab the baby toe edge of the foot, sole of the foot to the sky, knee down. You know, whatever you do here is great. I'm going to take my right hand, lay it on top of the right thigh at the hip crease, and breathe. Okay, separate, draw the toes down of the left foot if you can. One more breath. And then we'll just release, let the leg come out and just enjoy, oh, so much longer. Breathe, you can let your hands rest on your tummy. If you want to stretch your arms over your head, you can do that too. And just really feel what you have created in your body through that whole left side. Okay, so second side. So we're going to start just by bringing that right knee in, opposite, interlace your fingers. If you need to move closer to the wall or realign yourself, do that. And as you're here, just start to really activate that left leg into the wall, through the heel, through the balls of the feet. You can pull the toes away. You know, I'm not with you. If I was with you, I'd probably, I'd be walking around and checking. But here, just take your left hand, just kind of feel, is there a big gap between your left thigh and the floor? And I'm going to try and press that down. So the way I do that is I just kind of walk my hips up a little bit, like I'm doing a forward fold at the wall. And that might bring it down. If it's not, grab a blanket and just put it underneath there. And if that doesn't make any sense, then don't even worry about it. You're doing the work. It's all good. Okay. My dogs are humping each other. Oh, they just moved out of camera. Okay. Good. All right. Grab your strap and place it over the balls of the feet. Extend the leg up. And again, we're just going to start in Supta Pada Bhustasana A. Supta is lying on your back. Pada is your foot up in the air. And here we are. And just take a few moments, my friends, to kind of settle in here. If you need to drop your leg down or you need to put a bend in your knee, okay. Do what you have to do. I'm going to activate that left leg. Now I'm going to push the balls of the feet into the strap and pull my toes down towards my nose. And breathe. Soften your shoulders. Explore this. I know, I'll have a good time. Okay, now I'm going to take the outer right hip and draw it in towards the inseam of the left leg. As I do that, my heel's going to turn in, so I'm going to realign my foot. I love these poses, right? They look so simple, but there is so much happening here. A few more breaths. I'm going to add a little bit of pulling this leg a little bit closer to my head. Nice, big, beautiful breaths. And then you can soften your leg a little bit. Both ends of the strap into the left hand. You can wind the strap around the hand. Now take the right thumb into the right hip crease. Gently press it away. Realign yourself. And then we're going to cross this leg over. And just as I said that, I moved over just even an inch. And there it is. I feel it there. You can be wherever you need to be. So you don't have to move that much. You're looking for these places that are begging to be stretched and remembered. The pangs of pain or discomfort in yoga is things being brought back to life. And I'm going to reactivate that right leg. Pull the toes away, and I'm pressing the inner side of the foot into the wall. I'm also using the thumb to draw the hip away. My right hip is on the floor. I might use the left hand to just bring this leg up a little bit. One more breath. And then we're just going to keep that hand as you bring the leg up. Don't switch hands, but drop this right leg out to the right. And the right arm can come out to the side if you like. I'm just gonna breathe here. I can turn my gaze to look at my right foot. And feel your left leg working as if you're standing and balancing. I'm pushing my right heel away from me. I'm taking a nice little stretch through the shoulders, just happening. And then inhale, come back up. You can take the right thumb into the hip crease if you like, and we're going to take this leg all the way over. As you take this right leg to the left, let your left foot turn, my friends. So you feel the baby toe edge on the floor. And then you can keep opening that hip. Oh, so good. Okay, now I'm just looking at my right foot. And it's not going to sleep. It's going to work. I'm going to push through the heel, through the balls of the feet. I'm pulling the toes away. Breathing. You can extend the right arm out to the side if you like and look at it. So you're going to twist. Breathe and be. Your own discomfort, your own presence, your own breath. Creating and recreating. Good. And then we'll take the leg up and realign yourself. Just come back to that first part. Just be here. Feel what's changed. Okay, look at my foot now. I'm going to just keep the foot parallel as best as I can, but really press through the heel of the right leg. And you can pull the toes down. You can use your arms, your hands to kind of pull the leg. But if I pull it without using the left leg, it's very different. If I use the left leg, anchor it, then everything is working together. Breathe and be, smile, tuck your chin if your chin is lifted. Good. And then we'll release. You're going to bring the knee into your chest. Hug it in. You're going to go for happy baby. Okay, so you rock that right knee over to the right, pull it up towards your right shoulder. Now I can feel, as soon as I do that, my left foot wants to go to the baby toe edge. I'm going to realign the foot into the inseam. And then you can stay here or take your happy baby. I'm going to take my left hand to my thigh. My left thigh, left hip crease. Breathe, smile. And be. And then release. And stretch the leg out. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy your length. The opening in your body, everywhere. Yes, so good. Okay, great. So from here, my friends, you're gonna bend the knees, roll it to one side, and just press yourself up. Just gonna come closer to the wall, and you might pull your, if you use a blanket for head support, bring it down. I'm gonna come to this like chair at the wall thing. So I'm not right at the wall. When I put my feet at the wall, I'm sitting in a chair. So you can wiggle yourself closer, further away, so that the heels are in line with your knees and your knees are in line with your hips as best as you can. If you get here and your back feels sore, toss a little blanket underneath your sacrum. Okay, be here. Breathe. And pull your toes away from the wall. Anchor the feet into the wall, but keep your sacrum to the floor. And now I'm going to keep the heels at the wall and just take everything else away. So now I'm just pushing through the heels. I'm going to arch my back a little bit. Breathe. And then release the feet to the wall. Rest for a moment. Just be here. Breathe. Good. And then I'm going to pull the toes away from the wall. Feel the parts of the feet anchoring. Now I'm going to take the heels away from the wall. Maybe the toes might come to the wall. They might not. Mine are not. I'm going to push into the wall with the balls of the feet. You might get, if you might feel a little crampy, you can soften. We keep the tail, the sacrum to the floor. I'll just move my arms out of the way. And then release. Feet to the wall, rest, one breath. Okay, I'm going to take the toes away. Move everything away except for the heels. Push in, and as you exhale, soften to the wall. Inhale, lift the heels away, maybe the toes too. And one more time, just each way, and just pull and press. Oh, I say one more time, but I'm really feeling that nicely, so I'm just going to do that a few times. I like that. Good, and then you can rest. You want to hug your knees into your chest, you can do that. Good, okay. So from here, we're going to lift the hips. So I'll take the arms down. Maybe they're going to go a little bit away from the body with the palms down. You can wiggle closer to the wall. You can feel what this is. You separate your feet apart a little bit. As you push the feet down and lift your hips up, you're probably going to want to walk your feet up the wall. So let that happen. So anchor the upper shoulder, the backs of your shoulders, your upper arms to the floor. Draw your belly in, and then start to push the feet into the wall till your hips lift. Tuck your chin. You can walk your feet up the wall more. And then once you're here, take the toes away, push into the wall with your feet. Good. And exhale and lower yourself down. And this time as I come down, I'm just going to stretch my legs long, put the heels at the wall. I'll take my hands to my thighs. And I'm not really doing anything but just be here and breathe. Good. Okay. Let's keep the right heel where it is. Keep the right leg as it is. Bring the left leg in. Now, I'm going to use my hands here behind the left thigh, but you have your strap. You can use that. And I'm just going to gently press the right heel to the wall. The left leg will come a little closer, maybe. The hands might go up, the back of the calf, maybe to the heel. And then as soon as I do this, I'm just accentuating. My tail's going to lift up off the floor. I just want to take it back down. And breathe. You might be able to grab your toes or the balls of the feet. Breathe. And then I'm going to release by taking the arms over the head as I bring the left heel back to the wall. And then just rest. Breathe. And we'll do the second side. So keep the left heel at the wall. Take that straight right leg away, and maybe the arms are going to come behind the thigh, or you grab your strap. Okay, notice your tail wants to lift, because that will bring the leg closer. Take the tail down, take the sacrum down. Use your feet in all the ways. Spread your toes, anything. Breathe. You're just looking to feel something, so keep that sacrum anchoring. The leg might not go where you want it to, but we're going to get a stretch through the calf, back of the leg. Good. And then release, and both legs just rest there, and let your feet flop. Okay, so we're going to take one more, and I'm going to come back to that chair. Sitting in the chair, realign. I'm going to lift the hips, walk the feet up, and this time I'm going to keep one foot at the wall and extend one leg over. This time the hips are lifting, so the leg can go a little further than maybe it would if we kept them down. So I'll take the arms down by the sides, palms are down, my hands are spread, I anchor the upper arms, back of the head, belly, everything into the earth. And as you exhale, start to lift the tailbone up. Walk yourself up to your back if that works. Walk your feet up. And then I'm going to heel toe the feet together. Keep the right foot at the wall. Bring the left knee into your chest and extend the left leg over your head. And then just push into the wall. Extend. You can draw the left toes down. Breathe. Yeah, so then I'm going to switch, keeping the hips lifted, but you can drop them down. And just find the other side. Breathe. This is just good for this is actually really good for the thyroid. We're taking the chin to the chest. You're good for your back. And then release, lower down, let the legs just extend. Or if you want to put the feet down or hug the knees in, you might turn your head side to side. Ooh, feels so nice for the neck. And breathe. Yes. Okay. I'm going to place my feet on the floor and just anchor the feet, lift the hips, shift the hips to one side, and rock yourself over to the other side. I'm just going to come up. Feels so good. Yay. Okay. You know, I was going to move us into legs at the wall, but I feel like if we can come back to that first forward fold that we did with the hips at the wall and just kind of feel what we've done. So I'm just going to do that. So maybe we'll come through downward dog and then just walk the feet forward, drop my hips to the wall. You can put your feet wide or whatever you like and just drop down. And if you can remember what this felt like or where you were at, good. You lift your toes. Oh, and now I feel like we've got to do the reverse too, because you know we've already done it once, and if it felt really weird, then do it a second time. So take your hands to your hips, push the wall away. You can just walk yourself around, and then walk your hands closer to the wall, tuck your chin, and walk your feet closer to the wall until the back of your head touches maybe the back of your heart. And then you really activate your legs, press back, lift the toes, and take your arms up if that works. Or even hands on your thighs might be really nice for you. Just kind of feel what this is. So I'm really anchoring the feet down in a way. I'm actually going to walk my feet in a little bit more just to make it more claustrophobic and more interesting. And breathe. Oh, great. And then we'll just walk ourselves out of this. Good. I'm going to sit on my heels with the toes tucked under for a moment, but you can sit however you like. You can take child's pose and just drop in. Oh, receive all of that. Okay. So from here, my friends, I am going to take legs up the wall, and I'll do that for about 5 minutes, and then we can move into Shavasana. And if you just want to go to Shavasana, that's fine. Now I'll take a little blanket support for underneath my hips here. Kamsa. Now you don't have to be right to the wall. You know, you can move further away, although you're pretty open right now through the backs of your legs, so this might feel really good. So I just kind of snuggle my tush, take the legs up the wall, drop down, and then you can adjust whatever you like. Oh, we still have our straps handy. Here's a nice thing. If you still have your strap handy, I'm just going to place it over the soles of the feet across, and then I'm going to cross them behind and take it forward. And then here I can actually do the strap up or tie it. So it's just going to keep the legs together for a little bit. But do it in a way that you can easily come out. And then here we are. And take your arms out. Close your eyes if you have your eye pillow and you want to use that. And throw that in. And then a blanket to cover yourself. All those good things, whatever you like. And just rest here. You can let your legs relax if you've tied them. They're going to stay together. Find your breath. Just allow the weight of the legs to just drop down, the hips. Stay as you are. And if you have a strap over your legs, then just find a way to gently slip it off. Now we're just going to come to sit cross-legged at the wall. So even if you're wherever you are, let's cross the left ankle over the right once you get here, and then just allow the legs to come down as if you're sitting cross-legged. And if you're farther away from the wall, it's more comfortable, you can snuggle in a little closer. You can rest your hands on your thighs if you like, or keep them wherever you have them. Just inviting in softness through your legs, feeling the support of the wall and the floor. And as you're ready here, we're just going to re-extend the legs up. We'll uncross. This time you cross your right over your left and drop it down again into cross-legged at the wall. And just drop in to your ease, your release. And then from here, my friends, you have a choice. If you want to re-extend your legs up the wall, you can do that. If you want to roll to one side and just shift yourself into lying down Shavasana, then take that. So whichever one feels calling you right now, take that. And then make yourself comfortable. You want to bring the strap back in. If you've extended the legs, you can do that. Just rest in your own stillness. I'm just throwing a blanket over my feet. I Extend the legs back up, and I'll just cover myself. Gently, just becoming aware of your body, your breath. And if you want to stay in your Shavasana rest for longer, then do that. And if you're ready to come out, then slowly make your way out and honor your space and your place, moving with awareness, intelligence. As you gently make your way back up to seated, and take your time. You made all the efforts to be here, to be in your practice. And we honor that with this enjoyment of just the simple act of coming back. Nice. Once you're here, just again pausing in your sacred sit. Just noticing how grounded you feel, how open you are, and how free you are from those thoughts that roll through the head. Just adjusting yourself to find that sit where you feel you're anchored, through your sit bones, crown of the head, and extension of your spine. And as you're ready, with great reverence, join your palms together in front of your heart. Bow your chin to all that you are. Great potential and potency of this body and the powers of great connection. Mind, body, breath, and spirit. And this great practice. And within all of that, you honor yourself for being here, for getting on your mat, and for doing the work, for taking the time. It's a gift. As you're ready, inhale, lengthen yourself, and exhale, release that breath. And join with me in our May We Be Blessed mantra. Inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy. May we be happy. We'll send that out with one Om. Inhale. Inhale, and as you exhale, breathe into your hands. Catch your beautiful, loving breath. Lift your chin, open your eyes. Namaste, friends. Namaste. Great love and honoring. I hope that tapped into what you needed today and opened you a little bit here. And you'll feel that throughout the day. Drink your water, my friends, and enjoy this beautiful Tuesday. Great love in my heart. Thank you. See you soon.